बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मॉड्यूल 2 का एंड ऑफ क्विज़ के क्वेश्चंस के साथ ये ट्यूटोरियल है, इसको कंप्लीट देखिएगा। चलिए शुरू करते हैं। पहला क्वेश्चन है, डैश अलाउज लर्नर्स टू थिंक अबाउट व्हाट माइट हैपन एट द एंड ऑफ द टेक्स्ट। प्रिडिक्टिंग डैश हेल्प्स द लर्नर्स लुक फॉर आंसर्स क्विकली, डायरेक्टली एंड स्पेसिफिकली। इसका आंसर है स्कैनिंग। Dash helps the learners to connect their existing knowledge to new information. Predicting after learners meet new language, the teacher can include stage dance. इसका ऑप्शन आपने लगाना है डांस। All learners need opportunities to practice all skills. True. All learners should respond to a task through the same medium. False. An activity where learners look at the title or pictures and guess what they are going to read is called prediction. An activity where learners complete a task using whatever language they want is called communicative task. इस पे आपने लगाना है communicative task। उसके बाद नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ कंट्रोल प्रैक्टिस इज डैश राइटिंग अ स्पीच। An effective reading test question should test both reading and writing skills. Dash false. Better understanding of the text can be gained by reading aloud. False. By dash learners are able to retell the gist of a text in their own words. Summarizing communication is the sharing of ideas and experience between reader and listener. False. Constructive feedback should be specific and easy for students to understand. True. ये true है, इस पे आपने true लगाना है। उसके बाद है, critical thinking skills only help learners in their studies. False. Critical thinking can be developed by asking various questions during reading and getting learners to give response for their answers. Critical thinking ये true है। उसके बाद है, डिफ्रेंसिएशन इज़ ओनली अबाउट मेकिंग एक्टिविटीज़ मोर चैलेंजिंग। फॉल्स। Encouragement is one of the basic techniques to help learners become more communicative in their reading lesson. False. Extensive reading focuses on detailed understanding of short text. False. Next question है, feedback helps learners to understand what they are doing well and how they can do better. उसके बाद नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, fluent reading involves learners with critical thinking. True. Formative assessment can be done in any reading and critical thinking lesson. True. Next question है, guessing the meaning a message that is not immediately obvious in the reading text is called inferring. Guessing the meaning to the new words of understanding a message that is not immediately obvious in the reading text is called dash inferring. Higher order thinking skills can be developed at all grades. True. If learners meet a word they don't know when reading, they should, इसका आंसर है, underline the word and continue reading. Next question है, in the real world people usually read a film review to dash. इसका आंसर है, decide whether they want to see the film. अगला क्वेश्चन है, inquiry in critical thinking skills is all about asking questions to find information in the text. उसके बाद नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, इसका है false. Intensive reading aims at better and deeper understanding of a text. True. In the national curriculum there are 3 benchmarks and the 2 standards. ये false है। In the national curriculum there are 2 benchmarks and the 2 standards. ये true है। Learners should be encouraged to reduce the meaning of new vocabulary. True है ये। Learners can acquire new dash by reading friends. Learners should not start reading the text when the teacher tells them to start the activity. इसका ये वाला लगाना है आपने। उसके बाद learners won't lose interest if reading becomes communication in the classroom. True. Pause and preview allow learners to check their prior understanding of the text. True है। Phonemes are larger units in the spoken language. False. Pronunciation can be taught and practiced through reading aloud. True. और इससे नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है स्कैनिंग मीन्स रीडिंग आ टेक्स्ट फॉर इट्स गिस्ट। 2020 क्वेश्चंस हैं मॉड्यूल 2 के एंड में, ये लास्ट जो एंड ऑफ मॉड्यूल क्विज दिया हुआ है उसमें से ये क्वेश्चंस हैं जो अगर आपको लिखा हुआ समझ नहीं आ रहा, बोल के भी आपको क्वेश्चन की समझ नहीं आ रही, तो आप इसको कमेंट बॉक्स में लिख सकते हैं। 50+ क्वेश्चंस हैं, इनको मैंने लिखा था और इस पे ट्यूटोरियल बनाया है। ट्यूटोरियल को एंड तक देखिएगा। अगर इसमें से भी आपको क्वेश्चन नहीं मिल रहे तो आप कमेंट बॉक्स में लिख सकते हैं। वीडियो को लाइक शेयर और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए। उसके बाद नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है showing pictures related to a story and asking questions about it is a good way to get learners interested in the story। ये ट्रू है। Tasks focusing on meaning, for example comprehension questions summarizing, are usually assigned in the while reading stage। True, teachers should start reading the text without setting the context of the text। False, the aim of learning phonics is to understand the relationship between written letter and dash। True, ये यहाँ पे इसके आगे और भी होगा, ये क्वेश्चन इतना ही मुझे मिला था तो इसके आगे मैंने डॉट लगा दिए। The learners act out a dialogue from the text in the while reading stage। False, the phonics are larger units in the spoken language। False, there is less opportunity for classroom reading to be communicative thing, routine reading at home। False, the main reason we pre-teach vocabulary before a reading activity, इसका आंसर आपने लगाना है so that learner can understand the text। उसके बाद है to complete our reading task learners need, इसका है about 2.5 time as long as the teacher। To reading skill is closely, next question है to reading skill is closely connected with the learner's imagination। True, next है the stage of the reading lesson where you introduce the topic, find out what learners know about it, get them interested and ready to read is called pre-reading। इस पर लगाना है pre-reading। Through dash reader can imagine the characters and settings of a story। visualizing पे लगाएंगे। To develop fluency, teachers should focus on developing learners' memory and accuracy। False, variation in dash engage learners while the teacher reads aloud, tone and voice। When learners approach the text in stages, it makes the task more manageable and therefore more motivating। True, इसको true लगाना है। We can help learners complete a reading activity by dividing it into dash chunks smaller। We can help learners to understand the meaning of a text by making the dash word bold। Key, इसका आंसर है key। When learners try out a new language they have met in unlimited activities, it's called dash control practice। When we give extra support to learners so they can complete an activity, it's called scaffolding। उसके बाद नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है you should not give any information about the reading text before learners start reading। False, ये 50+ क्वेश्चंस हैं, इनको एक ट्यूटोरियल में मैंने इकट्ठा कर दिया है। इसके अलावा अगर आपके पास कोई क्वेश्चन आता है तो कमेंट बॉक्स में ज़रूर लिख दीजिएगा। चैनल पर न्यू हैं तो सब्सक्राइब कर लें। वीडियो को लाइक शेयर और कमेंट ज़रूर कीजिएगा। अल्लाह हाफिज़।